There's 3 things in March that I love. Number 1 is my anniversary, which is in just a couple days. Number 2 is my mom's birthday, which is in just a couple days. And number 3, crappie fishing. All right, y'all, so about to get started. The sun has kind of peeking through. It's overcast. It's enough for me to actually see a lot of debris and stain, and that's okay. The crappie, they do really well with these kind of conditions, but when longline trolling, you've got to be prepared for lots of annoyances and hang-ups, and that's just the way it is. When you're slow trolling, spider rigging off the front, you're going so slow, the debris sometimes will just shake off the line. When you're going fast enough pulling, the debris will actually follow down the line to the hook itself and get hung up a lot of times. So always look back. I mean, you should always be watching your gear, but sometimes you'll be watching the rod tips. You need to be looking back at the line and see if any of your line is surfacing with trash. So anyway, just a little tidbit. I see stuff bubbling up to the top. We're about to wear them out, getting ready to start right now. It's gonna be awesome. So here we go. One good thing about longline trolling is you could throw dead minnows on there. You know, I tip my jigs with minnows a lot of the time, not all the time, but you can get by with throwing a dead minnow on there because the tail of the jig's really going to give the action. The minnow's going to give the smell and the sight. So I've had plenty of big crappie caught with a dead minnow on a jig. So. Got a fish on. It looks like a crappie too, so that's awesome. It's a good one, for starters especially. I don't do very many white heads. This is my first white head. Not as good. I just got excited. But, I mean, it's a 10-inch fish, so, you know. And we'll keep all the 10-inchers. So the good thing about that fish is it had a real good bite to it. You know, I'm not really paying attention to my rod tips while I'm setting things up. So the fact that fish pulled good, that helps me out. Another one on that white head. Good fish. Why did I not use the net just now? Better quality fish, people. Hey, look at that right there. Hey, honestly, I'm not even gonna go. If I'm catching quality fish this far back in this creek, I'm not heading out. I'm gonna go ahead and make a turn now. Little fish, but still a fish, that's good. Little throwback, but another light bite. And it's pulling. If I don't get the net soon, this one, poor little guy's dirty. If I don't get the net soon, it's already getting, I can't keep all my rods out at one time yet, man. It's a little one, but it's still fun. One of my favorite color schemes here. This is a June bug with a pink head. Great pattern. Would be real cool if I could get all my rods out at one time, huh? Very light bite, people. Remember, just because we're long line trolling, those rod tips, those crappie, it ain't nothing for them to swim behind a bait at 0.8 mile an hour. So they will swim right behind that bait and be the same thing that they would do on any other. So just remember that, okay? That's a little perch there. That's a fat perch, and I will be eating him at some point in time. Love these perch, they're good. A lot of fish. Man, I even caught this one going fast. And they may want it fast today, I don't know yet. I've got the, that's another perch. I've got the full moon coming on strong here, and so they're gonna be biting in general. I'm no expert. This is just, it's the time of the year where this stuff really works out regardless, you know what I mean? So when you're on a lake like Lake Wiley, you're going, I mean, you got bass fishermen on every lake, and you got crappie fishermen with bass boats, but it is a weekday, you know, you don't expect many people, but be prepared for people to come flying by you, even once they see you and make eye contact, to keep on flying by you at full throttle in the back of a cove. Be prepared for that on any big lake, especially like Lake Wiley. Lake Wiley is known for bass. It's a great bass lake, and you're constantly, I can't get out here on the weekend. It's just, it's not worth it. I mean, I've done it plenty of times, but this right here, I mean, you know. Tell you what, on that one, even longline trolling, I saw the line get picked up. There wasn't no pull, no tap, or nothing. Unbelievable the way these crappie bite, man. Unreal. Lost that one. Wasn't my biggest fish, but it was a good one. My net's laying right over there. And now it's time to get the net. Oh yeah. Oh, missed it, man. There we go, another bite. Running about 0.8, 16th ounce jigs. I didn't get the net because it's a perch, okay? Big old perch too, boy, goodness. Did not get the net again. Pink head. These bass love these pink heads. Y'all have seen my videos. You want to catch bass, use a pink head. Oh, man. I love when you can't get something done without catching fish, you know? It's crappie for sure. I don't know about quality or not, but I didn't use the net because I'm gonna have to throw him back. It's a nice thing when you can't get stuff done because the fish are biting so good. That's a good problem to have. I saw that fish hit. I don't know what it is. It's running hard. I think it's another perch. No, it's a crappie, and my net's tied up. I'm being foolish now. These fish are just scattered in that 10 to 12 range, 8 range. No particular pattern, but white is dominating. Lightest bite, man, I'm telling you. That's when I started longline trolling. I never realized how light the bite would be. And I can't even think straight because I got more. It's a small one, I'm throwing it back. On that white again. So man, I'm telling you what, white is dominant right now. Unbelievable. I'm usually on orange heads and pink heads. And I wasn't even planning on throwing white out. I just did. I sure am glad I did. But what I was saying was, when I first started longline trolling, it blew my mind how light they'll bite, because you think, well, it's pulling, the line's nice and snug, they're just going to take it. And they will sometimes, but sometimes it's unbelievable. And you guys who jig brush and who do spider rigging, y'all know that slow presentation stuff. Even dock shooting, you know how a crappie bites. I'm just shocked at the technique you have to, the technical, you know, side of it with even longline, how specifically, you know, I could easily be missing bites right now while I'm talking to the screen, because it's not always a pull, man. And always be watching those rod tips. I did not use the net, and that's a keeper, and I'm being foolish, man. I'm being a little goofball not using this net. That one pulled hard. Now that, because this is a stiff rod, if this one gets pulled, it's just getting pulled regardless. So, doesn't mean it's a giant by any means, but it just got pulled, I mean hard. So, pretty cool. That's that yellow and white I just put on, and I lost the fish because I didn't use my net. It was not a giant. It was probably an aggressive male. Let's see, now I'm at a disadvantage here. I'm actually using a broken rod, and the tip is broke off. That's all I've got right now. I kind of have to use it. I mean, I don't have to. It's just I'm choosing to, but you know, that's the first one I caught on my solid chartreuse, which is pretty cool. That rod tip was barely moving, man. That thing was just, I thought it was bouncing from the boat, honestly. So that's that yellow and white again, I believe. Sure is. It's cool. I don't use this color much. Not a keeper. Yeah. I'm actually gonna measure this fish. I think you guys have probably seen me measure one or two for keepsake. I'll measure the big ones, but this one, my eyes are deceiving me. Nah. 9 inches, I just can't do it. Give the camera battery a break and finish making my turn. Let's see what we can do. All right, so as soon as I made the turn to go back to where I was catching fish, I hooked into something. I'm not sure what it is, but when I made the turn to head back to where I've been catching fish, I hooked in. So I'm just trying to do my very best with this rod. Okay. That was my solid chartreuse. I'm actually going to turn that fish loose. I don't know why I threw it in the box. This one obviously has eggs. I mean, there's no reason. There's no reason. There's no reason to keep that fish. Some of them, I can't help it. If it's a small one, like a 10-incher, and it's not busting, I can't tell, I'm gonna keep it, you know. About to get, I don't know if I'm gonna get hammered with heavy rain or just moisture in general. The radar's loaded down for like a 2-hour span. So I may be shutting off my camera. I'll ride it out if it's not heavy. If it's super heavy, I'll get out of here. But for now, I'm gonna keep filming, but it's coming. I just looked it on the radar, so we'll see what happens. Man, that line, it just slacked up. It's unreal. I mean, I'm in a very rare situation with no wind right now. You know, normally I would never see the line play like that. That line just slacked up. That was Man, I could have been texting, I could have been doing anything and missed that fish. Golly. Man. It makes me feel better throwing that big girl back, and then I'll keep this good old 9-inch eater. You know what I mean? 10-inch eater, whatever it is. I'm about to have to pause the footage on you guys too, but I don't want to do that, but I'm gonna have to because I don't want my stuff to get damaged. So I'm probably gonna just keep wearing them out unless I get downpoured on. So I'm gonna pause this camera and I'll get back with you. Hey, rain or shine, it's crappie fishing time. It was really downpouring earlier. Really came down on me pretty good, but I'm just riding it out because there's just so many fish out here today. So I'll get that camera back out as soon as the rain stops. Well, it's raining on me pretty good, but I pulled my phone out at least to show you this. Hey, you just got to get out here and get it. Got to get out here and get it. Rain or shine. I chose to ride the rain out, and I'm glad I did. It didn't last that long, and it wasn't as heavy as I thought it was going to be. It was pretty bad, but and I also caught fish during the middle of it. So I did go a decent little while without a bite, and almost all my lures had trash on them. So again, just play the game, and longlining can be awesome. And I was just thinking about like God's creation just after this rain. I hear like 7 different types of birds. I've seen all kinds of different fish. I even had a little green lizard in my boat. I was watching him. Just the diversity of nature, it's unbelievable. And creation is something that it's just unbelievable. And then I am around all these beautiful houses, and I see the craft that man possesses, and God's given man the ability to craft beautiful things. It's really cool. It's really cool being out here, and it's calm as can be. You know what's funny? There's no telling how many bites I'm missing talking to you guys, because this is a light bite. Got a little tangled mess. Quality eating size right there. No eggs, I mean just a quality eating fish. Figure I'd show you up close and personal what I've got. Basically, I call this John Deere green. It's not a Charlie Brewer slider. It's actually just a curly tail. I have Charlie Brewers out there too. Chartreuse, and then a darker green on the other side. This one's a curly tail with a white head. And then I just take the minnow. You can go through the eyes or through the lip. It doesn't really matter. You just, man. It really doesn't matter today how you do it. You just throw the lure out there and they bite it. It's unbelievable. It's that same exact lure, man. It's that white head with the John Deere green. My goodness. Unbelievable. I stand corrected. I have my rods mixed up. Every perch I've caught has been on this exact lure today. It's like a light colored blue with a little shad color and chartreuse and a pink head. It's kind of interesting though. It's the only color that's brought in a perch. Man, I tell you what, I wish I had a good long lens camera, because I'm looking at a bald eagle right now on the nest. Golly, what a gorgeous creature. Man, unbelievable day. What an unbelievable day. Oh yeah, every time. Oh, my reel broke. Oh no. I don't know what to do. My reel broke, and I got a nice hit here, so I don't know what it is. That's awesome, man. Oh my goodness. All right. This is crazy. I gotta put this thing down. Get a hold of this line. I cannot believe that. All right. We're going hand line, guys. That's hilarious. I wasn't able to keep control of anything with this fish. That's so funny. Unbelievable. Look at that. Oh, I hate it because that's my best lure. Does that count for catching a fish with my bare hands? Oh man, what a dandy. What a dandy eater. What a 10-inch eater. What a stellar day. My reel just fell completely apart. Oh. Man, I'm watching a bald eagle. I'm catching a fish with reeling it up with my hands. Like, what is the definition of fun other than that? Oh. Unbelievable. I think the reel is toast because all kinds of pieces just shot out everywhere like fireworks. So, I'll tell you right now, they may not be designed for longline trolling, but these B&M Black Widows, and they turn out to be some of the best rods I've ever had. I mean, they're so versatile. The telescopic thing is a pain, but with my boat, I got this old flat John boat. This John boat's like 16.5 feet long, so I can leave these telescopic B&M Black Widows out, extended, and transport them and everything, and they're fine. Man, the tips on them have just enough play, but yeah, they've got some backbone. Oh my goodness. I've caught huge, there goes that reel again. I've caught plenty of crappie, but I've caught huge bass and catfish on these rods, and they stand up, man, to the challenge. And that's not even what they're designed for at all. These are they're B&M Black Widows, and you can get two kinds. You can get some with the reel seats and some without the reel seats. I get the ones with the reel seats and throw my regular fishing reels on here. They're awesome. That one hit great. That'll wrap it up. I don't know what else you could say. Textbook day, phenomenal. Everything about it went perfectly as planned. The long lining, the overcast, the scattered fish, the picking up one or two. I never had a double, but I lost track of how many fish I caught. It's just one after another. Throwing back that big girl was awesome, man. Getting to see her and release her, that's a big fish. And just all the different things that were able to transpire today. Lots of good quality perch, awesome crappie. I tried to keep as many as I could, but with all the eggs, I put the eggs back. I'm trying to learn to do that, and so I released all the big ones popping with eggs, but everything worked out perfect. Long line trolling, 16th out jigs, different speeds, different colors, jigs, no jig, minnows, no minnows. Didn't really make a difference. The fish were biting today. So God bless you folks. Go out there and try some long line trolling. It's been well, that's all she wrote. Got me some ice. I'm about to dump on them. There you go. Man, what a beautiful day. tons of crappie and perch. Awesome time. Thanks so much for watching. Y'all take care.